Hey, what's up, everybody? Danny with Down in the Valley Sports. It's been a big recruiting weekend for UTRGV football. The transfer portal has come and gone. We have some signees, some commitments, and we've moved on to high school with National Signing Day coming up February 4th. So we've landed a handful of football commitments, and that's what we're here to talk to you about. Roy, does it have you psyched and fired up?
Yes, sir. It was a tough weekend trying to be a dad and trying to do the family thing and be a good husband, multitasking. But this is kind of what I started this for: is to be on the ground, tracking recruiting and doing this. So I'm excited about it. I think this weekend was fun, and we got some good information to spread into the Vaquero Nation and be able to give you guys some insight on what we see and what these players are all about, and talk about their story. So I'm excited.
Yeah, according to what we've been following online, it appears that our Vaqueros coaches and staff have knocked it out of the park. And the first commitment we're going to talk about is tight end Jacob Gomez, standing at 6'4", weighing 225 pounds. He's a physical guy on the line. What are your thoughts on Jacob?
I'm excited about Jacob, 6'4" tight end. That's an athlete. Played multiple positions in high school at Hebronville. I saw that he played a little quarterback, a little defensive end. That position was a position of need, and I think he can step in and maybe get some playing time in his freshman year. So he also throws the discus. So for my shot put followers and my thrower followers, I'm excited about seeing him throw this year. So yeah, let's take a look at what he has to offer and see what we got.
Yeah, I think he can develop into a really good tight end prospect for us down in the valley. I mean, you could see it on tape. He does not shy away from making contact. He's pancaking kids, putting them on their butt. You can see a few blocks there on tape that he has the athleticism, one, to block on the line, but also release to the second level and block for his running back. And just when you think he's only physical on the line, he pulls a switcheroo on you and has the athletic ability to go jump up and make a catch. So I'm really excited for him. I'm hoping we can um, you know stick around, have him stick around the Vaqueros for a minute and develop into a really good prospect. I think he can, at some point have a better year than Smith Flores. I'm a call 7 touchdowns for him in a season one of these days.
I like it, and I think although Smith Flores didn't have a lot of yards in general, his touchdown and red zone looks were huge. So I'm excited to see if Jacob can bring that first year, because I think he has an opportunity, if he doesn't redshirt, to get in the game. And the one thing we didn't talk, I think, was Brendan Ray, the returning tight end that we had, that I didn't speak about because for some reason I didn't have it. But he showed a lot later in the season with his blocking skills. Didn't get a lot of receptions, but he's a returner. Then Grejado is also a returner that one of these guys can jump in. I also think we may get another one, right? I think there's another tight end out there that we may snag on the high school recruitment. Is the video playing on your side, Danny? Because it looks a little choppy on my side.
It's playing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it could be a bandwidth thing, either on my side or your side. But yeah, no, it's certainly playing here, showing him being physical on the line. Um,
Well, it's freezing down here in Texas, man. So recruits, we only get a cold front once or twice a year. So
mhm.
don't trip out. This is a temporary thing. It's going to be 75 on Tuesday or Wednesday. So the valley is not used to this, and you don't have to worry about this happening very often. I think the real feel was like 18 degrees today, but I'm still rocking shorts. Don't trip.
Yeah.
Takes a lot for me to wear pants.
Yeah. So next up on our commitment list is offensive lineman Jaden Griffin, standing at 6'5", weighing 290 pounds. He's out of Salina High School. Made the mistake of calling it Selena back in the day, but once you get to know Texas high school football, you realize that it's actually called Salina.
Well, I
Don't
would have
get that.
messed that one up because I was going to say Selena myself.
Yeah. So, being playing left tackle for any high school means that you you're probably the best lineman on your team. No offense to the inside guards and center, but with that height and weight and physical ability, usually you want that protecting your quarterback's blind side. So what do you think of Jaden? What have you seen on tape?
Good stuff. I mean, 6'5", 290 in high school, has a chance to get up to 315, 320, possibly even bigger. His father is a coach and is a big dude. So Griffin is his father. He's a high school coach, and you can just see where the bulk comes from. But Jaden's bigger than his father. It looks like he's a little bit taller. So he's a interesting prospect that I think Bowen was able to bring on campus and get early, can develop into a big body anchor. I mean, 6'5" is big enough for our offense to be a tackle. So I'm very, very intrigued about what he can bring, and then see if he can get into the mix. I mean, freshman tackles aren't common, to be honest with you. How many freshman tackles start, right? And I'm not saying he can't start, but it's a really tough place to do. Now, if you look at that, I don't know if that's his home field, but that stadium looks sick. You see that? I don't know
Yeah.
if Salina or Melissa, one of these schools built like an $80 million stadium, but wherever they were playing was good. So I think he's used to playing on the big stage against some really good competition. Um, I like it. I mean, footwork looks like he has good hands, has an anchor, a good base. Any high school kid that comes into a D1 program is going to have to work on strength, right? You got to
Mhm.
get bigger. You got to eat some more carne asada. You got to eat some more fajita, right? But I think he can grow into something that's big. But one of these guys are going to hit and are going to play a lot their freshman year.
Mhm.
Trying to find out which one, different because we have a lot of returners. And then we got a lot of transfers because we got Bailey coming in. So
Mhm.
excited about Jaden. Really like that he came in and liked the Valley and has been very engaging on X. And I'm looking forward to get to know him and possibly talk to him. But yeah, I'm excited about it, especially, son of coaches. I'm a son of a coach. I didn't play football, but a son of a coach is not a bad thing to have in your program. I would highly doubt that Bush would not like sons of coaches because a lot of us have the instincts and we're in a household with rules and things
Mhm.
that have can translate. And I'm not saying if you're not a son of a coach you can't do that. I just think it's a little bit more ingrained in people when you live under that roof, or your husband or your family, your parent is in there. So that's my thoughts on it. And not husband. That was kind of awkward. My
I
bad.
complete I completely agree that, being the son of a coach definitely benefits because 'cause you're eating, sleeping, breathing, football when you're in that household, and he has the athleticism and agility to match, like you said, he has a good quick feet, usually, some of these bigger kids, they have these cement blocks for feet and can't move, but you see the athleticism on that little pull. He in
Oh,
that
it's
one play
man.
you saw there, he pulled,
Ooh wee.
sort of inside as a tackle towards the guard spot to get to the second level. And, you know, pulling to then get to the second level, that's going to take some athleticism. So even at his height and weight, he's demonstrating the agility to get upfield and block for his skill position teammates.
Who's the
Yeah,
other guy? There's another guy's flashing here. You see the other big guy on there?
yeah, yeah,
What number is that guy? Hold on. Do you see this guy?
yeah. They're
That's
both
a
pretty
pretty
good.
crazy line for high school. They got another 6'4", people mover there. So Jaden, if your boy doesn't have offers, tell him to come down to the valley because man, he that this is what happens, right? You get a player and you get at one school and you find another person, right? So
Yeah.
that's huge.
It's just really impressive when you see an offensive line work as a unit to control the line of scrimmage, either in pass block or run block. And yeah, whoever the head coach at Salina was, he probably appreciated his big uglies up front. I don't know what kind of run they made in the year of the playoffs, but I'm happy to have Jaden down in the valley.
Yeah, is that 79? If it's number 79, I think that's what it was. The other big guy. Please follow us. We want to check out more of your tape. I think it's number 79.
Yep. So we're actually gonna move on to Mr. Caleb Peterson out of Dickinson High School, not too far from the Houston area, just down there along Highway 45 and the Gulf Coast. So, what have been your observations on Caleb so far?
I like the Dickinson 956 connection. Our boy Jamarcus Anderson's from Dickinson. They made a huge run this year in the playoffs, the Texas State playoffs. You're talking about a kid that has 64 catches, over 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns. Um, Big
Productive.
outside receiver, 6'2", right? All these guys have great size, and I think that was a focus for our staff, is that they really focused on size at all levels, and this is one that played probably one of the tougher areas in Houston when it comes to competition. So he's not going to the big stage, and the athletes are not going to surprise him because he's been around good players for the last 4 years and possibly more. I mean, right here you got him playing in the KD district, right? And we've talked about
Mhm.
KD before. Those guys can ball. So I think Caleb has a good opportunity to step in, grow, maybe play some special teams year one and see if he can get in or redshirt, whatever. And that's these high school players, all of them want to be day one starters, and I want them to be day one starters. But most likely, a lot of them are going to come in, sit, look at special teams, and play that role year one. And if they can crack into a couple plays or get into the rotation, even better. But yeah, his separation is huge. You can see him just separating all over the field and flashing. The video's
Yeah.
better now, so I hope earlier wasn't just me. So now I can see it better.
No, it's good. Yeah, I mean, competing in
Look
the
at
in the
that! Look at
Houston.
that!
Yeah, he's got some breakaway speed there too, sneaky speed. One thing I appreciate him, if you look at him get off the line, he doesn't
Hmm.
waste too much movement or too much energy. He's just cutting up field, and that's probably why he's getting a lot of separation. While
Yeah.
other players and wide receivers like to dance and try to juke, he's just getting upfield.
Yeah, you
And
see those one guys that do like three or four moves, but they don't go anywhere,
yeah,
right? If you look,
yeah.
he's up top right here, right?
Yeah, he's a long strider, and it's
Yeah, he
probably
is.
with that height and those legs, he's covering a lot of ground with every stride, not wasting any energy. That one play you just saw, he mossed 2 defenders. So
Yeah.
he's gonna go and compete for the ball in the air, attack it, and come down with it. He's not just a straight line, breakaway speed guy. He looks like he has some, good
Ooh,
competitive catchability, something that our guy Tony Diaz used to do real well. So, maybe one of these guys is another Tony Diaz in the making. I think naturally a lot of people are going to make comparisons, but
that's
uh,
okay.
yeah, this guy has his own sort of playmaking ability from what we could tell so far.
You always got to worry about the receivers that wear long towels. Right? You see the long towel, it's floating in the wind, right? It looks like they're
Flashy.
galloping, but you can just see the separation. Man, he is a long strider, right?
Mhm.
And I think that the guys look like they're standing when he goes by them. So that's good to see the size on it, big play threat. Um, yeah, that was great. I'm excited about that one. I got to get
So,
another word than excited. I can't be excited about everything. I think my wife heard me say excited, and she's like, "Well, you don't tell me that." I'm like, "Well, all right, well, hold up. I got to find a different word." Yeah, I'm
and
excited
that
about Caleb.
enamored, impressed. That's what we are
Synonyms.
with Mister Keandre Sayles. So he just committed to the Vaqueros, adding to this wide receiver combo for the 2026 UTRGV football class. Another guy that does not waste time getting upfield and getting open. What say you, Roy?
4.340 is crazy. That's what we got documented as a 4.3, which I am down for, and I would like to see it. Comes from Killeen, which is another nice, big time, talented area for football. 34 receptions, 860 yards, and this is breaking news. He just committed this morning, right? So, which is cool to be able to get on here and talk about him. 6'3", 170, another big one. Looking at the film, let's see. I mean, strides don't look as long as Caleb, right? He might be a little bit more twitchy on it, but has a lot of the big play. I mean, 34 for 860. That's a lot of yards per catch, and
Dude, look
that's
at that
big
separation.
playability, right? And
Mhm.
to have Garrett, to have Aiden, and to have Atso have the ability to have these big young receivers to grow with them, whether Garrett plays this year or Aiden or Atso take the position, he's going to be able to grow in with Peterson and put a couple of years together to where maybe sophomore year he's making some plays and flashing. So this is a good add, a great value when it comes to UTRGV getting in. And I didn't even have him on my radar, right? And like I tell you, I'm tracking the internet, my boys. Like I do the best I can to multitask. Like I said, I'm a banker. I work from home, but I looked and boom, the commitment's there, and he tagged us, and I was like, let's go. So I'm excited about him. Enamored? I don't know if I can say enamored. What is? It doesn't even sound right. Like sounds like I'm trying to be smart, which I'm not. So I'm gonna go with excited, and you guys can just deal with it until I figure out how to be smarter.
Something I appreciated about watching him on tape was the blocking ability as well. That's something he decided to feature on his huddle film, right? So he doesn't just want to be the flashy, runaway speed kind of guy. He wants to show that he's physical blocking for his teammates as well. So I appreciate that.
Let's Keandre Sayles. Good
Hmm.
last name too.
Keandre
Sayles.
Sayles. Yep,
Okay, sailing, floating.
that's
I didn't
right.
see a long towel though. That's not a dig, right? But I am a fan of the long towel.
So up next, our fifth commitment so far, right? There could be more in the works. We'll see. Coach Bush and the rest of the staff has been sneaky with um,
Hooty
the, co- the
hoo.
commitments. So we got defensive back Alijah Alexis out of the Houston area at Klein Forest High School. So, what do you think about him, Roy?
6'2", 170, Houston kid. Lots of talent in Houston. That's all you got to say, right? Anybody, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, all these areas, the suburb areas or city areas, play against top level talent. Um, all district has an offer from, I believe, Sam Houston was one of the offers he had. So was already getting looks. And I mean,
That's an
some,
FBS offer, so he
yeah,
decided to come play with for us at the FCS level.
yeah. Is he the one that committed today or was it Caleb?
No,
Am I
no,
getting this mixed up?
Elijah committed over the weekend.
That's what I
Um,
thought. Okay.
mhm,
I didn't want to get that wrong. But so yeah, I think that puts him, I mean, 6'2", that is what you're looking at. I think Ace was 6'2",
mhm,
right? Big body DB. We run that 5 DB look, which I promise I'll get better at these schemes and learning them because I want to be able to be on your level when it comes to it. But we play a lot of defensive back, a lot of free safeties, a lot of strong safeties. So the DB rotation and with the plays that are going to be available to him, these DBs have the chance to make plays. They have the
mhm.
chance to jump in early. So a big defensive back from a good school that played in a competitive district and was all district with another offer can only make us better. So
Yeah,
really, really happy that he joined us down in the valley. Yeah,
yeah,
you got that one?
yeah. He's demonstrated the big playability. You can tell on this pick six here. He goes up, high points the ball, attacks the ball, doesn't wait for um, the offensive player to try and make a play. He's making the play on the ball, and even with his momentum going backwards, he took it the entire distance to score that touchdown on that pick six. I like that he's also physical and doesn't afraid to come down and make a tackle. He prevented a touchdown in one of these plays as I was watching the tape. So no, he's the exact physical, lengthy, athletic player that I think Coach McDonald is looking for in the secondary.
And that's at 6'2", you can grow into a safety. You can grow into a linebacker, right? If he has the
Mhm,
genes to be able to do that and the work ethic, he can move down to not down, but move over to safety level or get into the linebacking group and do that. A lot of great linebackers were DBs and safeties before.
mhm,
So I think that opportunity could be there. And this freshman class that we're bringing in, and we'll talk about some more, and we have a lot more updates in the future. It's something that we've been so big on the portal, right? I've been so looking at the portal, but you
mhm,
have to build a base of development within these
mhm.
programs. You're
Yeah,
going to
I mean,
lose these guys. We talked about
mhm,
that, right? Some of
mhm,
these guys are going to do well, kill it at the vat, and then bounce,
mhm.
right? You got to have
Yeah.
a base of players to come in, step in, get reps early, and then if somebody leaves, they're competing for the starting job, and we'll get more people to come in and compete with them. So I think that's
Yeah.
something that's there.
Well, you now know that we will be beyond the 65 scholarship limit, right? We applied for the exemption, and so we got 16 players in the transfer portal, if I'm keeping count correctly, and we have 5 high school commits so far, with more expected as National Signing Day approaches. So far we got 20 plus players. This is about the size of class that I was expecting. Coming out of this 2025 season, I was really surprised not to see any signings in the early National Signing Day, but now we know that Coach Bush and the staff were, you know, putting in the work and the research for the players to sign and or commit and sign here this spring, so or
I
winter.
was a little worried though, not gonna lie. The early signing period came and went, and I think it was Southeastern and all these SFA that had all these players signing. But
Mhm.
little did we know, Bush, Regalado, Mac, all those guys were, in Batcave, right? Making it happen, recruiting people that we didn't even know were being recruited publicly on X, right? Because all we have available is X and a little bit of TikTok. I don't really venture too much. I try. But yeah, so they were doing the work in the background. So I'm happy about that. And I feel way better about it. I think there's more to come, right? We
Mhm.
can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. So speaking of which, who are you keeping your eye on as we approach February 4th?
Well, we did a short little video of Micah Green, which that little edit with us talking about him on the live stream. It's a priority. He's a priority. I think that he can bring to the recruiting class a lot more. He took his official visit this weekend, and I really, really, really think he can make an impact. And if not this year, in the future. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he commits before February 4th. I'm looking at my phone trying to see if we get an announcement because I would love for it to happen. But I think he's a priority for Regalado and the offense, and then Coach Duran to try to get in here and get a young running back in there. But yes, we're very engaged. Said thank you to the Valley for the visit. So I'll be tracking him to see if he commits. It would hurt if he doesn't, but I get it. He's got to do what's best for him and his family. But that's one that I'm really focused on to see what we can do and how we can get him to commit, hopefully.
Yeah, I myself included, and I think a lot of Vaquero fans would be incredibly excited to land Micah Green. And we have our eye on other players as well, guys on the offensive line, guys in the secondary. So, even though we only have 5 high school commits so far, that can easily grow into the double digits by the time next week rolls around. So, that's what we got for you today, covering our
I got one
2026.
more.
Oh,
I got
uh-oh.
one more.
What we got?
I got one more that I think that would be a great addition to this class. I don't know if he was on campus this weekend because there wasn't anything posted on it. I just feel like we need another young linebacker,
Okay, so you're talking
right?
about
So
Dax?
Dax, I don't know how to pronounce this. Habison? Is that what is? You're my guy. Is that
I think
right at
it's
all?
Bison.
Yeah, I
Bison.
always go to you for that stuff. So
Mhm,
he has the offer. Um, I wish I knew if he was on campus this weekend, but no, we
mhm.
don't have much information on that. I think he's a 6'2", 215-pound linebacker from Colleyville Heritage.
Yeah, Coffeyville.
Physical, instinctive, versatile defender. Another rangy linebacker that has good height and can grow into somebody like Walker. I mean, you're always comparing people, right?
Mhm,
But I think he would be a great addition. Comes from a good family. I think his brother is also a college either player coach,
mhm,
right? So that one, those two are the ones I'm keeping track of and constantly looking to find out if we have any updates on them because I would love to see those two get added to the class. And
mhm.
hopefully by the time we hear and listen and post this, which will be probably today, we get some news on it. We can do an update. So those are the
Yeah,
two that I look at. Any other ones for you, or are we good with those?
yeah, you read my mind. So Dax, I believe his, brother Jagger, played tight end at Rice, so, whatever Papa's doing, FBS or D1 level, football player, so congrats.
So you got so excited he dropped off.
Yeah, or are you talking about me?
Yeah, you dropped off. You went offline, but you're back now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, this, yeah, this, Wi-Fi here, this Cricket Wireless is killing me. Uh,
That's
but
hilarious.
but no, yeah, I'm excited about Dax. I don't know if you missed the part where I said, um, Papa or Mister Bison is making D1 level athletes with Dax's brother Jagger having been a tight end at Rice. So maybe there's a connection to Coach Marco Regalado there, who was at Rice for a little bit. But nonetheless, yeah, exciting linebacker prospect that can come in and develop under some leadership at linebacker. That's going to play for us in 2026.
Yeah, I think these are the two we're focused on. along with others. We got offers out. So we'll be doing some more content when it comes to the offers being out. We're also going to do some more content on what we have. And then, like I said earlier, we have some pretty cool collabs coming up, right? With other handles, hopefully, and getting people to come in and be more, maybe get a coach in, not UTRGV, but a coach, right? Maybe UTRGV always welcome. If any coach wants to come in and talk ball and teach us maybe how to this, some other, I know they can't talk about players, but that could be something in the future. Hopefully that happens. But I'm excited about where we're going, Danny. And I think that the best is yet to come for DITV. So please stay tuned. And final words back to you.
No, I think you wrapped it up well. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been Down in the Valley Sports, talking about your 2026 UTRGV high school football class. V's up. Take care, everybody.